This circle stairway, the log weighs about 4,500 pounds. I've got the steel structure at the bottom and at the top. At the top of the steel structure, you want to fit a crane that a track at the top to have a crane, so I got pickup capability for fitting the stair treads and stuff in. The structure itself, looking at making this structure out of 2-inch by 5-inch 1/4-inch wall tubing.
It's a 5/2, sure.
And then once the bottom structure is together and the top, and of course it has to be assembled laying down to put the top and bottom on, it gets other cable at each one of the corners, each of the 8 corners, once it's completed.
The tension.
Yeah.
Will you have turnbuckles on?
Yes. At each one of the 8 ones will be
Turnbuckles.
Yeah. So,
All right.
do you see something in this that doesn't work? Or, I don't know how much you can answer off the fly.
Well, can I take a couple photocopies of it? And if I could just have overnight to digest it, take a look at it, and I'd feel a little more comfortable with that.
Okay, you can
Because,
keep those
I
two
mean,
right there.
We've done stuff like this before, but with the cables and the turnbuckles, it's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Mr. Tyner,
Morning, Josh. Good afternoon, Josh.
you've had a day to think about it. Did you come up with anything that we might have missed in our little blueprint? Is there anything that we might have overlooked?
No, I went over it real well. And the only question I had was the possibility of using an S-beam, a 5-inch S-beam, versus the tubing, but your dad probably has got his reasons. I don't know that would be the only substitution I could see, is the possibility of a beam versus a tube. But
Okay. All right. Well, that's something that I should talk to him about and find
Okay.
out what he wants specifically for that project.
yeah, but outside of that, I can't see or think of anything. In fact, I'm pretty impressed.
Okay.
Yeah, nice job.
Alright, we got our last part here. I just want to show you real quick, we have 245s cut onto this part so that it'll tuck into a 90-degree angle and we can get our weld inside of here and make a super, super strong joint. So let's go put it in place. There, drops right in. Okay, what we got here for you is a little example of something that you need to watch as a welder. That when you make a weld, you need to be thinking about what it's going to do in the long term. I got my levels set up so you can see that this part is basically plumb and straight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a weld right up here like what we're going to have on the finished product. But unfortunately, if you don't tack in the correct areas in order to hold that part in place, you're going to wind up with a whole heap of trouble. I'll start my weld right here, and what you're going to see is this is going to go ahead and it's going to pull apart as this weld cools. And as I'm moving forward, the weld behind me is going to cool. So that process is going to start even while the welder is still working. And then it'll go ahead and it'll open that right up. you go around welding as though you're going to finish the whole thing in one step. You can see it will not work. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around this whole structure and we're going to add tacks and welds in a precise way so the whole thing stays just the way we want it. Alright, what I got here is an opportunity to show you a little bit better what a good tack is going to look like in this particular spot. Got all the tools that I need. I got a square and I got my levels. I got everything set up so that this is going to be right where I want it. Now I'm going to put a tack here, and put a tack up here, and then also in this spot. So if you just watch for a moment, I'll get her done. Well, I'm just going to keep making my way around this thing. Keep measuring, keep leveling, keep tacking, keeping the whole structure square, and keeping all my welds tacked into the right spot. But I'm not going to bore you by trying to show you the whole thing, so let's go look over at what I'm building next, which is going to be the outriggers for this structure.
And roll it just like you do. That's cool when you roll it on the edge of the table.
That's okay?
That's fine. He'll get the idea and all the sparks and stuff.
We have 1-inch bolt stack, and what we're going to use this for is a leveling pin. I'm going to weld a little foot to the bottom of the pin. Here's the outrigger. This will set in here like so. And that way we'll have our adjustment built right into the platform. And our stairway will not be the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So I can fill it in. Alright, this is it. We got it all assembled. We have our cable fastening points, we have our sockets and our parts and pieces all fastened to this framework. The log's going to sit right in the middle of this piece. We're going to bring it outside, bolt it in there, and we're going to put it all into place. One last thing to show you. Remember our blueprint? We have these little outriggers right here so that we can maintain the look of a silo. That way we'll be able to pull out, fit into their sockets, and we'll be able to assemble the whole entire stairway inside of this structure. I'll just quick show you how our outrigger bolts into place. We just finished this up. And to give an idea, the reason that these are removable is so that later on, once the stairway is completely assembled, we can take them off and we can put it on a flatbed and drive it down the road. Isn't that nifty? We left a little bit extra room on these holes. We have a little flexibility. You don't want anything tight or binding. And beauteous. Everything's set to go. A couple of times we've mentioned through this process that we're going to have a crane installed into this framework. That way we can pick up the stair treads because they're fairly large and move them up into position and insert them into their sockets and do the scribing and cutting and so forth. What we're going to use is an I-beam. And Dad's on his way back with the I-beam that a company down in the cities, Minneapolis to be exact, has bent for us. Now, we'd love to show you how they do it, but it's all secret. They're not going to let us see anything, except for obviously the finished product, which we'll have in the back of Dad's truck here in a moment. So we'll take this unit off of the tracking here, or another one, and put it on the track system that we're just going to be installing into this stairway. And we'll just go take a look at it here. I like it. This started out 30 feet long, and they took bit by bit by bit and bent it into this shape, and when they got to the last few bends, they had to cut it, but not very much. They found out, you know, there's quite a circumference, a lot of material here, so this is going to be installed into the top of our framework.